I am yet to meet a wife beater that will now go and say, oh shit, sorry man, I saw your ribbon, I'm going to not hit my wife anymore.
People are looking at me, which is very weird.
All that you needed was a comb in the hair and you'd be Urkel.
Actually, that was when I realized I'm like, this is not what I want or should be doing.
Not that I've been listening to in bed, but I did listen to you a lot in the shower.
There's some problems, man. Like, you can't just continue like it's business as usual. Like, we remember it during August, Women's Month. Oh, yeah. And then immediately in October, you're like,
You're listening to the Baascast. Yeah, it is better than it sounds.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Baascast. My name is Baas de Beer, and I am blessed to have another wonderful guest for you today. However, before I introduce him, I just have to mention that I'm also sitting in an exceptionally special place. This is the new Aandklas. Now, for those of you that might know, Aandklas used to be a legendary venue in Hatfield. Now it has just bounced over a couple of years after closing to the other side of Hatfield, in what people apparently call the new Hatfield Square, which is the Strip, which it's not, but let's just get into that discussion at a time more appropriate for it. Because right now, right here, I've got Lungelo Moyo with me. And please put your hands together and welcome on stage right now, Lungelo Moyo. Away, what's up? You're used to being your only supporter, right?
it's usually like a small little child over there just doing the things. Honestly, my favorite thing.
Dude, so there's a very specific reason why I decided to have our podcast here at Aandklas. Because I met you at Aandklas in, I want to say 2016. Because I started open mic in 2015.
I came a year later. I think it was around Jan.
Yeah, it was earlier.
Yeah, it was Jan-ish. Was it Jan or was it May? Not sure. But it was 2016. Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, I've been running open mics for less than a year back then, and you just jumped on board. And you should have seen this, guys. Out of nowhere, this little dude rocks up with the polite haircut.
I was little.
Much less of a manly stature, if I can politely refer to your.
What he's saying is I didn't have a boop.
You did not have a boop.
Yep.
What you did have, I swear that all that you needed was a comb in the hair, and you'd be Urkel.
Oh yeah. I had the
church fro.
Yeah, the church fro, actually.
It's a church fro, dude. It was tiny, respectable, and you could still go to, Sunday school or something.
Yeah, definitely.
Now look at you. What went wrong?
Open mic. That's what happened.
No, but okay, let's get the introductions going. Lungelo Moyo, you are a musician based in Pretoria. Been at it now since, 2016.
Since 2016, yeah.
How's it going?
Hey, man, it's got its ups and downs, and I'm loving it. It's like, man, I never know exactly how to explain it, but it's like, man, I worked at it was like an electronics place, like they designed testing things, basically.
You must have been good at your job.
They designed testing rigs and stuff. So I was doing this for my VAC work. And I remember one time I had to solder this thing, this circuit board, whatever. And at some point, I remember, I think I fell asleep. I don't know, maybe it was for like 2 seconds, but that there was that moment where, you're like, oh, I have a 1,000-degree metal in my hand and I am falling asleep. And actually that was when I realized I'm like, this is not what I want or should be doing. Because
when was this now?
This was in 2015, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the year before I started open mic. And and when I started the singing things, it doesn't come easy, but it's it comes more natural, if you know what I mean. It's like
It felt right.
it felt right. Yeah. So
Because I realized the other day when we started talking about us doing the podcast that we've been mates now since 2016, I assume. I hope we're friends.
I hope so too.
But I've never really had this discussion with you as to how you got into the music to start off with. Because the briefest mention of it was that, oh no, you wanted to come and see what you could do at open mic or something. And that's where I picked up your journey. But what got you, were you playing music already when you were doing the soldering?
Yes, I was. I think at the time I was in the choir. I was part of the Tux Camerata, and yeah,
Shout out, Tux Camerata.
oh, one of fondest memories from Tux Camerata. It is, and so before that, I was at Ray's just here.
Now, for those of you not watching the video, Lungelo is pointing vaguely over his left shoulder. I have to do like a blind people commentary
Oh
for
yeah,
this, right?
yeah. For those that can't.
Some people might be driving, listening to Spotify.
Fair
And he's
chance.
pointing across the road from where we are sitting now at the venue previously known as Stalk Baas, currently Aandklas. And what was your race called?
Tybos.
You were in Tybos.
It's now called the Tower.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. So there's these inter-race competitions. SAR and Seri. SAR is like the one for singing. It's focused on the singing part of it, and then Seri was for like the dancing part.
I
where-
always thought it was the same thing.
It's not. It's not.
I literally just learned my new thing for the day.
Yeah, serenade. That's what they call
Yeah.
it. That was the one, and I took part in it all the years that I was in Rays. I took part in it, and I enjoyed it so much. And then when I left Rays, I think no, just before I left Rays, actually, that's when I came to open mic. Oopsie, that's when I came to open mic. That's 2016. I moved out of Rays in 2017, and someone at Rays sold me a guitar. Thank you, Daniel, wherever you are.
Shout out, Daniel.
Thank you very much. You kickstarted something, and he sold it to me. It was, remember that black and white electric
Yes,
guitar?
yes.
Yeah. He sold it to me. I think it was for $600, and I think to this day I only paid him $450 because
Daniel,
I
if
was
you want to, I know where Lungelo lives. I'll point you in the right direction.
Yeah, so I think I'm not sure. I might have finished my debt, but yeah, he sold me a guitar, and then
What's Daniel's surname? We need to have someone find him.
Dan, what's his surname?
If you can't remember it, I'll cut this out of the podcast.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll find him. Just find all the Daniels that went to Tabos. Like
In
all
what
of
year?
That was 2013.
Okay. So if you're a Daniel and you think Lungelo owes you money, comment on this video or podcast, and I'll try and get him to give
I
you
will
some.
pay you back. I will pay you back.
Anyway, so you got the guitar.
I got the guitar. I started noodling around, and I actually played at one of the Tux Got Talent. Tux Got Talent. That is quite a tongue twister.
Something sounded so bad in what you just said before that.
Oh my! Oh no!
Anyway,
No, we move, and yeah, started noodling. He actually gave me a bass first, and then was like, "Oh, yeah, this is fun." Also, I'd like to give a shout out to my roommate at the time, Bulelani, wherever you are, brother. Thank you, and I'm sorry.
shout out Mulelani.
You know how hard, like I don't want to live with someone who's learning an instrument. No. I do not.
Bro, I've got 2 saxophones at home. I cannot play sax. My neighbors still love me because I haven't tried yet.
My current flatmate, they always tease me about getting instruments and never playing them. I have a saxophone, I have an electric drum kit. I have, like,
But at least, Mulilani was kind enough to let you
Bulelani-
practice past the Fs.
yeah. He was kind enough, honestly, and sometimes he would encourage me to. And yeah, thanks, Alani. Thank
And
you.
I have to mention that specifically because I said practice past the Fs, because that's one of my, let's call it my favorite initial memories of you. Because you look so cool and stuff when you rocked up an open mic at the OG Aandklas that everyone that looked at you would have assumed that you had a vague idea what the fuck you're doing. You rock up on stage, you jam your
there would be
songs,
rights.
and then next moment you like stop the song halfway through. And it's like the next chord is an F. It's difficult. Take 3 seconds, and every time in that song, but that's where you started.
Yes, that is, and vaguely would be. Yeah, no, I had vaguely, very vague idea of what was going on.
But I
and-
mean, from there, practicing and literally, as I say, playing past the Fs in 2016 still, to where you got to a point. I mean, a couple of small highlights that I can think of was seeing you perform with bands for the first time. We'll get there. Seeing when you went solo again and started doing your stuff, and Franco van Coke was impressed with you covering one of his songs. We'll have to touch on that. And
oh gosh,
there's so many cool things that happened. But what I would like to just start this thing off with is saying, did you do it on purpose? Like, and when you said you wanted to do this music thing, was that the goal, or did you accidentally end up becoming a professional musician?
honestly, it was kind of accidental. It was kind of accidental. I was studying at the time, and the initial thing was, okay, get your degree, get your job, okay, start your family. At
What was the degree
25. Electronic engineering.
Oh, hence the soldering later. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yes. So that was the initial plan, but after that sleeping with the soldier.
Sleeping with a soldier, you sound like a Vietnamese.
Please do not
war.
sleep with soldiers.
It's got a hot tip.
Yeah.
He'll get burnt. Although you make a good connection. It's going to be electrifying.
Okay, stop it.
I'm just going to stop now. Don't sleep with soldiers, guys.
Don't sleep with soldiers. It is, yeah. So after that incident, it kind of dawned on me that this is not it. And at that time, I had my guitar. I hadn't decided this is where I'm going from here. It was just let me go try it out. I'd been singing for the past 3 maybe or so years. And I'm like, okay, let me try do it with the thing. I searched. You know what? I found you guys on Twitter. On Twitter, of all places.
Oh, my word.
On Twitter, I was like, okay, how to become a musician. And then I see like lists. Oh, yeah, play an instrument, attend open mics and whatnot.
Oh, so you
Open
Googled how
mics.
to become a musician?
Yes, of course. Of course.
Brilliant.
I'm a millennial. So, and then I searched, and then I saw open mics. I think this was like at the end, right about this time in 2015. And then I went through I saw a link to Twitter, and then I was like, oh, open mic, Aandklas in Hatfield. Oh my gosh, that is
That is so cool.
Right
Because back
by.
then I was still active on. I mean, I'm still active on Twitter. Back then I was active on Twitter.
X, by the way.
Yeah, now I'm on X. Whatever. Shout out Elon. So yeah, then you rocked up at.
I rocked up. And
That must have taken some balls to rock up at your first
oh yeah.
open mic, get on stage.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
so here's the thing for me. Now, I'll be brutally honest. When I was 14, right, someone once told me that I'm supposed to be scared of public speaking and appearing on stage. And I'm like, at that point, well, it was too late. I couldn't start being scared of that now because
Yeah.
whatever, I enjoyed the stage. I was never uncomfortable. So in my history, since I've been on stage for so damn long, is I physically cannot remember like I can't remember the feeling that I had the first time that I got on stage with a guitar or to sing in front of people. I can't remember whether or not it was scary. I mean, I know I liked it, but how was that for you? I never had that open mic experience of
Actually.
just going up as an adult and for the first time standing in front of people playing guitar.
You know, it was very scary. Not gonna lie, it was very nerve wracking. Um, like you know, I like doing something for the first time is just I had been on stage but never alone. So it's like with the choir, with like a group of other people, and hey, but being there alone is like okay, people are looking at me, which is very weird. So it was very scary at first, and you're trying to you have a vague idea of what's going on, and then you're trying to think. Hence the oh sorry, this next chord is because I was scared. But yeah, over time that kind of went away because even when I was scared, I enjoyed being there. So that's why I kept coming back. Like and the audience at Aandklas was amazing because they're like, no, dude, you got this. And then, like, oh, thanks, guys. And then you continue. And then,
No, there's not anyone that would have booed you if you cocked up.
listen, if they did, maybe we wouldn't be talking right now.
Well, I mean, maybe you just didn't hear them over the thundering applause. Because most of the times I remember that, you were loved on stage to the extent that you got to the point where you guys started a band. Was Soundwarmer your first band?
Yes, yes, yes.
How did you guys get together?
Sound warmer. So remember I started working with Sam. Sam, a guy I met actually at Raise as well. He was in a different race. We had a mutual friend, and then we the one time we saw each other. It had been a long time since we saw each other, and then we saw each other at open mic. I was out to go get airtime there by Uncle Fauzi's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, and then I meet him. He's coming from an event or something like that. It's like, hey, dude, long time no see. What you doing? No, I'm getting chilled. And then I come back. I find him inside. He's like, oh no, I just came in here for a beer. I was like, oh, cool. I'm doing this thing with the singing and stuff. I was like, oh, really? Because he also used to take part in Serenade. So, and then we're like, oh, no, that's cool. And then I get on, I get off. It's like, oh, dude, that was cool. And I'm like, yeah, let's do something together. And then we did something together. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cool.
Yeah,
And
and he was your drummer in the percussionist, technically.
by then, no, then he was just a thing. I found a djembe for $150.
Nice.
Proper djembe for $150, and I bought it and started noodling with it, and then we're like, oh, that kind
Oh,
of
so he wasn't a drummer before that?
No.
Dude, but Sam was legit.
right.
Shout out, Sam.
Right.
I'm
So
doing this for the whole podcast
wherever
now. Just
you
make peace
are,
with it.
dude. Yeah. So I started noodling. So at first it was just us harmonizing with each other, and then like, oh, this is a cool song. Let's try it. And got the djembe, and then we started as time goes on. And then one day on Facebook, Tabang, bassist, messaged. I was like, yo, guys, I just moved from Joburg and would like to join a band. I was like, what? Bro, we don't know what's going on. We just started this thing. It's like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's cool. And then that's when him and Karma, the one on the flute, and then we decided, okay, let's make a band. We had an event that we had to organize. It was a TUT thingy, like like community outreach stuff,
Yeah.
like for artists. So you had to apply, then you get a venue there by Sunnyside. There's a place. they give you a venue, and then you present your show, you sell your tickets, you get your money. That's
Nice.
about it. Yeah. So that was one of the first times actually we played all together, the four of us. Yeah,
I mean, you guys did a lot of Aandklas open mic jams,
indeed.
a couple of other bookings as well. And one thing that did impress me about Soundwarmer, I mean, you guys did pretty well in the Battle of the Bands that I had in 2019.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was glorious. Still one of your best shows as you played was that night, by the way.
I think so too. Yeah. Yep.
But I mean, I remember you guys playing, what was it, one of the cannabis events, and you got a better reaction than Tidal Waves got, which says a lot.
That actually says a lot.
I mean, you got a bunch of stoners to get up and actually get up,
which is which is very difficult. People,
yes,
stoners don't want to get up.
not dance, not at 9 at night after a whole day.
Yeah.
But then I've also seen you perform, you know, as we said, at rock pubs, clubs, at more main market events. You guys honestly seem to have that grasp of not being put into a box of, oh, we are and I'm using big air quotes, a black band or an African band or a rock band. You just, I mean, you play System of a Down one moment and freaking
System. I love System so much. Oh my God.
Lion King after that.
No, it's because, you know, like with this thing, I never really want to get boxed into a genre or like, oh yeah, this is what you can expect from. No. What you can expect is anything. Expect anything, because as I kind of like to do the music I do as a consumer. Like I look at myself as, okay, who am I playing for also? And I'm like, okay, me personally as a consumer, I don't only listen to say rock. I listen to a little bit of Amapiano, a little bit of hip hop, a little bit of everything here and there, and that's what I enjoy. But now I have the opportunity to do that.
So make what you enjoy to listen to.
Yes, I make what I enjoy listening to, and that's about it.
So, you know, taking the band and what you did with that, progressing then again into a more solo career where, like most musos, you do play the bars, pubs and stuff and do the 3 cover sets to have people party, but you also been playing festivals.
Yes.
And then on the side or as part of your offering, you've got a band. Is it still a thing? Lungelo and the Moyos?
And the Moyos.
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 Lungelo and the Moyos. What do you enjoy more, playing with a band or playing solo?
You know, both have their perks. Both have their, oh my gosh, what is happening? Because usually when I play solo, I have more of the freedom of like, I can go on ultimate guitar. I'm like, okay, I've heard this song before, and this is vaguely how it goes, and just go on with it and attempt to do it. Whereas, unfortunately, with a band, it's a little bit harder with other melodic instruments. With Debza, drummer, amazing drummer, by the way.
Shout out Tebza.
He dynamite. So with him, he has a very good ear. So he's like, okay, this is how the song is going. Oh, okay, it's a jazzy song. Okay, and then he goes with it. So it's much easier when I'm just with him than when like there's the bassist and the thing.
But he does really well at playing with the main act on stage, if I can put it that way.
Yes.
He's not one of those drummers that go in and try and steal the limelight.
No.
He will serve what's happening
Oh,
from
no,
the
he
microphone.
will steal it, but he's not trying to.
Oh, no, the limelight just goes to him.
It just goes to him because he's so fun to watch.
He is a classic character.
He's so fun to watch. Like I haven't had many instances where I get to watch him, but when I do, oh my gosh, it is amazing. It is amazing. Okay, I digress.
No, I mean, look, Lungelo and the Moyos, or Lungelo solo, or whatever. Have you ever had any resistance from places that you play at for your music choice? I mean, or do you just tailor it so well that if you play at Aandklas, you will work in the systems. But if you play at a more piano type
Yeah.
festival or event, I say piano, I mean like a more main market venue.
Resistance, no. I'd say like when people sometimes they get drunk, they're like, oh, play something more upbeat. So it's not like, yeah, no, yeah, but it's only that, yeah, something more upbeat. Those things you've been doing, yeah, no, sad things. I'm a sad boy. I'm a sad boy. So, but yeah, that's the one thing. But usually it's like, okay, who's here? How long have they been drinking? Okay. What would I want to hear if I was them? That type of thing.
That is a good question. What would I want to hear if I were? Because I mean, you are a good supporter of the scene as it is. If you're not
Indeed.
performing, you're probably at a place where someone
Indeed.
is.
I really love live music.
So you know what's happening on that side of the stage, on the other side.
Yeah.
What's currently like your, just as a side quest to this discussion, what's your favorite, no, I'm not going to do that to you, not favorite, but I mean, just highlight a couple of guys locally in the scene that you enjoy consuming the performances.
Oh, Steve Umkulo.
But a side note, I'm going to start a tracker on this podcast for the number of times that guests mention Stephen Kulu.
Yeah.
Because you are now number 4.
Yeah. Steve.
4 or 5.
That was the first, because the first that came to mind, because we did a show with him like a couple of weeks ago, and that was so Steve. He's electric. Oh man, it's so much fun to watch him, and there's so many though. There's so many.
Will it be easier to ask, who do you hate? I'm kidding. Please, no.
Well,
Baas de Beer.
Zebra. My gosh. Oh my gosh.
Just to be clear, that was continuing the answer of the local acts you like.
Oh yes.
Okay,
yes,
Zebra, don't worry, you can relax. He didn't
Oh no. No, I do not hate you guys. I do not hate you. I love you. Hello, mother. You know who I'm talking about. Anyways, Zebra. Thing is, now you put me on the spot. I can't think of them.
That's the thing about a podcast recording. You do end up on the spot. We're literally in a spotlight on a stage right now.
Yep. Definitely. Oh yeah, we are on the stage. But yeah, Zebra, BCUC, Peacock. My gosh, first time I saw it. I think BCUC kind of influenced Soundwarmer so we're like, oh my gosh.
Well, I think I did mention to you in the past, there's elements, like everything that I like about BCUC, you had in Soundwarmer. Everything that I don't like about BCUC, you didn't have.
Hackers.
Because I've got limited BCUC capacity. I can only take a guy screaming at me for so long. But it's a gears if I'm in the vibe, if I can put it that way. But I probably won't necessarily sit and watch them for an hour. Whereas I could just have you guys continue playing and playing.
I could watch them for an hour. I don't think I would listen to them for an hour, because this is why AI can never replace musicians, especially live musicians. There's something that happens like during a live performance that you will never get from a recording, even if it's the recording of the same performance. You can never get that thing from a live performance, and that's why I think I would listen. I would watch them for an hour.
Good show, man.
It's a good show. It's a good show.
On the AI side, now that you actually mentioned that, have you experienced, I mean, you're a young millennial.
An old millennial, but
okay. No. You're technically, as far as millennialese goes, on the lower end, like in lower middle-aged millennial.
Okay, I still count as, I'm not a Gen
You're
Z.
31.
I'm not a Gen Z
You're 31, right?
yet. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
you're not Gen Z. Have you had any, I don't know, the AI situation, have you had any experience with that where that's influencing what you do, like in your songwriting, or have you used that?
I went to Chat GPT one time. I was like, I have an idea. Chat GPT, please write me a song about this, this, and this. Came back. I was like, nah, No, you are focusing on the rhyme. You're focusing on so there's I don't feel a connection with the song, and I was like, whatever. But AI is like very helpful. Like say now you are writing a song, you're like, oh my gosh, I need thingy. It can provide some sort of inspiration. Just don't just take thing from ChatGPT and be like, here's the song. Uh,
No, because I had an idea.
yeah.
Because I also did the thing, let's be honest, all of us at some point or other said to AI, write a song about this.
Yes.
And I had it write a song for me about the heat of summer, and I recorded that, and it's stupid. But it's a song. It sounds good
It sounds good.
until you just go and listen to the lyrics. And
And you're like,
But what I was thinking, and you will be my first person that I'm going to invite to this challenge
Okay.
officially on camera now.
All right.
And on podcast.
all right.
I am going to have AI write a song, right?
Okay.
And I'm going to give it to about 3 or 4 different artists and
Yeah,
say, turn
yes.
this into a song.
Yes, please.
And then we're going to do that as
Yes.
as a thing.
Yes, please. You see now you're taking some like it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
That one is fun because you're
We
like,
don't need to
okay,
pretend it means anything.
yeah. Just if you want to add meaning to it, you do it, but you don't need to. But yeah, man, AI, and I realized I recently started working on Logic. So Logic has the latest update has this mastering plugin.
Yeah.
Basically, another thing. I love producing music. I've gotten
Nice.
into production, and that is so much fun. So much fun. It's so much fun. So now, because I'm still starting, I don't know how to. I can mix ish, but I don't know how to master and all of that. I can't mix that well. So that plugins AI just goes to your project and just analyzes and like, here's a suggested mix or a master whatever, and I did it for one of the songs, and it sounded so good. I was like, I would have never gotten to this point.
Does that mean that we're going to be getting some more new songs from you anytime soon?
Oh yeah.
Because even home recordings nowadays, it can sound decent enough for proper online publication at the very least.
Indeed.
Because your album that you brought out in,
That was basically
was that 2021?
yeah, last year.
Well, no, it was 22. Was it last year?
It was last year around July.
Yeah, it was
July,
last year.
Yeah.
I mean, that album just shouted, this is a teaser, this is a preview. I need more. Because, I mean, you collabed with Kai on that, if I'm not mistaken.
Kai, yes, on Thunder.
On Thunder, and what a song, man. I mean,
Yeah.
so now that it is Spotify rap season, last year you were my freaking number one listen to artist or song or whatever. And now it's been almost a year since, it's more than a year since you last released music.
Indeed.
Why?
I'm still writing them. I'm still writing the song and stuff.
I think I speak for everyone when I say, cease. We need more music.
No, but if you come to the live shows, you will hear some of the new music.
Yeah, but but I can't listen to the live show in bed at night.
Fair.
Not that I've been listening to in bed, but I did listen to you a lot in the shower, rubbing soap all over my manly body. I felt the thunder. Look, I mean, if anyone's listening to that album of yours again, and I do want to encourage you, go to Spotify. There will be links in the podcast stuff. Go and listen to that album. It gets deep. You know?
Yeah. That's why I told you that I do. Thing is, that's the thing. If I am now to go down and be like, okay, I'm gonna write things, it kind of has to have. Yeah, and it speaks for to what I feel at the moment, and like Thunder I didn't write. It's so Kai came to us, was like, guys, I wrote a song for you guys, and then I think you will really like it. And then Went to-
Shout out Kai.
Shout
There
out
we go.
Kai, actually.
We have to.
Yeah. We went to the car and then he played it. Just like, okay, this is how it goes. I got goosebumps. I was like, yes, that is the song. And because it spoke to me. And then that's why we're like, okay, we'll take it on and present it to the world for you. That type of thing. And then the other two, oof. Yeah, no. The one, Heavy Cross, was written during lockdown, and it was, I was looking just like the way the world is usually, and it was just like, bruh, why do we have to suffer type of thing, that type of thing. And then for We Fall Asleep, We Fall Asleep was the one that it took about 2 years. I had a chorus. It took about 2 years to finish it.
You can hear there's depth in that song, dude.
Yeah, no, that one, because, and then so one time it was lockdown. I went on Tinder. I met this girl.
As any good romantic millennial story starts.
Hey,
I went on Tinder.
I went on Tinder, and like I met this girl, and then she told me part of her story with like GBV and stuff, and like it was, you know, it was during that time when there was this lady that got stabbed by her boyfriend while she was pregnant. It was during that time, and then after a couple of months, the story died down. People continue with their lives, and it's business as usual. So it's a song that just it just wanted to, like, there's some problems, man. Like, you can't just continue like it's business as usual. Like, we remember it during August, Women's Month. Oh yeah, yeah, and then immediately in October, we're like, ah. So, yeah.
Dude, I'm sitting here getting goosebumps just thinking about that song and hearing you speak about it, because that is my favorite song of the EP, by the way, just so you know. I've probably listened to that song as many times as I have to the other three on it, put together.
Yeah,
And
there's
I've
three
listened
of
to
them.
that a lot.
There's 3 of them.
Look, I mean, I vehemently agree with you. I think this whole thing of 16 days of activism and a month for women, and I am yet to meet a wife beater that will now go and say, oh shit, sorry man, I saw your ribbon, I'm going to not hit my wife anymore.
Fair.
I do believe it's necessary for conversations to start and for people to be made aware of the situation.
Indeed.
But I mean, dude, let's be brutally honest. Will someone now sit and wait for the end of August before they start hitting their wife again?
No.
Or their girlfriend or something,
No.
or their boyfriend for something? Because gender-based violence goes, it's just fucking dick
Exactly,
moves.
exactly.
Always. But I think the women have it worse because, they have.
They do. They really do. And like, I've realized, like, the stats are just wild. Like, it's like maybe 4 out of 5 women, 4 out of 5 have had an incident at least. So
I literally cannot think of one of my close female friends now that have not had an incident. And I mean, I don't mean an incident of some drunk dude saying, hey, sexy.
Yeah,
I mean physical violence,
Physical violence.
emotion, whatever. It is a sickness. It's a disease. And seeing as your heart and your passion is exuded through your music for that, what would you suggest? What do you think is the way forward, though? How do you go about fixing a society that's so broken that women need to fear on the daily?
I think for me, it's because we've been saying, don't do it. So it has to be a change in a culture. In a culture, like when men are sitting around a table and talking and having beers, and then someone just says something sideways, just immediately there. Because listen, I'm not gonna go and fight you.
Yeah.
If you say you beat your partner or something, I'm a skinny guy. Yeah, okay.
Little
Well,
less skinny than you
I'm a
used to
little
be.
less skinny now, but like I'm a skinny guy. I won't fight you.
Yeah.
But um, for me personally, the punishment would be just like, don't, if you don't do that around my spaces.
Yeah.
I don't want that. So now you won't be in the spaces of people who don't tolerate that nonsense. I don't know what you want to say.
Yes.
Yeah, who don't tolerate that nonsense. And if more and more people don't tolerate that nonsense, then you become isolated. And as human beings, you don't. We need, and then you're like, oh, okay, maybe I need to change my ways, type of thing.
So essentially positive peer pressuring someone into becoming a better person.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a lot of peas in one sentence. But dude, I think that's a very valid point because it's so easy if you surround yourself with people that even subconsciously condone badness. I'm the first one to say a joke's a joke. Like, don't get me wrong, I believe you can make jokes about anything,
Yeah.
and if it's funny,
Yeah.
it should be laughed at.
Yeah.
However, I've also been in conversations where it's not funny what the guys are saying, and not even meant as humor, and that
Yes,
shit grinds
that-
my gears.
Yeah.
You know what? There's things that I've heard drunken guys say, and then it's just swept under the table because, oh man, he's just drunk, or guys slap a waitress's ass.
Yeah.
You, dude, don't start touching my friends, bro. I'm not even a violent person, and violence begets violence, but I will end you if you touch my
Yes.
friends.
Yes. Oh, there was this one time. Oh my gosh. You know when I am scared to see myself like mad angry. And this guy, we were hosting an open mic, and then this guy came through and was just being, and then he's like, oh yeah, I know what you guys are doing here. Like, yeah, you're running a ring. And then he started harassing one of the performers.
So this is just a dude that attended open mic.
Yeah, he was just there to drink and whatnot one time.
Yeah.
So back there in Thingy Fairy Glen. And I had a mic stand in my hand. We were packing up. Like, I was this close. And then, I don't know, someone came and took him away. I was this close. Like, I am so scared. Like, right now, I'm actually getting goosebumps. I am so scared just to have people for someone to push me over that edge.
Yeah.
I am so scared.
I don't know what will happen, dude. I've never been in a real fight, but I'm scared I might kill someone.
The last time I was in a physical fight was in grade 8.
Did you win?
No, I bled first. He drew first blood. I lost.
But I mean, look, now, we both end up in venues quite a bit, and you see things. Now, I mean, I'm not going to do something if someone just, he looked at a girl's cleavage. But I remember this was actually also at an open mic years ago at Aandklas, and there's a dude, never seen him before, never seen him since then. He arrived drunk, and what he started doing was, Gugu, one of my friends, you know, Googs, he literally walked up to her and he's like, hey, how much do I have to pay you to get a black girl to kiss me? And because, you know, and I'm like, it started with paying to kiss him. And then he's like, oh no, I've never had a black girl kiss me. How much must I pay you? And I mean, joke's a joke.
There are
But
places for this.
when it got to a point that Googs came to me visibly disturbed by that, I was fuming because now this guy got loud. He got disruptive of the open mic, and to put the freaking cherry on the cake, he was harassing my friend. Bro, I went up to the dude, and funny to summarize the stupid story, but I just like, dude, you're going to cut this shit out now. And then I saw how drunk he was. And when he decided he's going to punch me, he tried to push me over, but he's too drunk. He needed a wall to stand on. So I won't say that I was in a fight for that, but just when he tried to punch me or push me or whatever, I just literally put him down on the ground, knee in the groin, elbow in the chest, and I said, right, you're going to get the fuck out of here now. Benji was still working the door back then. You remember Benji? And he came and he wanted to take the guy out. I'm like, no, bro. This bro's got a tab. We picked up the drunk guy, got him to pay his tab, and then he got thrown out.
Get the hell out of here.
But you do not, in my presence, diss the ladies that I love. I mean, any woman in general, but just don't be a dick.
Anyone in general. Like, don't be, what's that thing?
Don't be a doers. Be lacquer.
Like, that's it. That's it. Yeah, because no, it was scary stuff. There are places, dude. If you want to have, if you want to beat up something, join MMA, join boxing, like. And if you want to have sex, there are websites. Surely there are places you can go.
Yeah.
Like,
Tinder.
just
Shout out Tinder. But I think, the point is, as you rightly said now, you know what? Violence, I don't think, is the answer, because sure, you punch the guy, it hurts him for a second, and next time he's just like, oh, I enjoyed that. Now he's got a pain kink. It
that
becomes
would be the worst outcome.
that would be the worst outcome, is if your kink is to harass someone and then get punched for it by someone else.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
But I just think that if you live in a society, or you create the society around you that you want to live in, I cannot change anything about a rapist sitting somewhere in the city doing things, but I can do something to the guy at my braai.
Yeah.
For him, actually, because help humans evolve to become a better version of themselves.
And thing is, like that's why I say like it has to be a cultural change, because listen, right now, as a thingy, that person, you don't know what they're gonna do tomorrow. Whoever is around you, you don't know what they're gonna do tomorrow. But if you have a culture of, okay, we always do things this way, like, and then it just like, oh, I was about to, because we have intrusive thoughts. We are human beings, yes, but it's the acting on like some of those, and that separates the people that are, some of the people that are in prisons, and and some running in the streets causing havoc.
Yeah.
That's what separates us. It's like, are we able to suppress some of our,
Your
intrusive-
animalistic desires.
Yes, and that's what makes us human. That's what makes us be able to be a civil society, basically.
But there is a thing for me nowadays that it's as if men specifically are not given the opportunity to go through an experience of life to grow. And if I can clarify that, it's for me, when I was 19, look, default setting, if you're 19 and you're a dude, you're dumb. Let's not kid each other. With all respect to my 19-year-old people that's watching this, you're dumb. Dumb as shit. They're at least dumber than you think you are.
What is saying your brain is not fully developed?
Oh, you're dumb as
yet?
fuck. I mean, you think you're smart,
PC.
but I did stupid shit. I'd be in a bar and, I would be way too scared to talk to any of the women, but the bar is packed. So if I can squeeze past this, so my ass might touch a hot girl's ass. And that was ooh for me. Now that sounds creepy and gross for me.
is
I'm
creepy and
42-year-old.
gross.
You're not supposed to be doing that. But at least, I've gone through that experience and I know that is stupid. And it's, no, I didn't assault any woman or stuff, but... Now, as the picture is painted, if someone had to now confess to doing that last night here, someone would, no, you're cancelled now.
Exactly.
But where do you think then, do we draw the line between having life experience you can learn from and trying to be perfect preemptively? Like, and I know I shouldn't do a thing and therefore I'm doing the right thing.
That is a very question.
I know.
Udro, I feel like what I'm about to do, just think, how is it gonna affect me or the next person? Like, if I see a lady, and then how's that gonna? I'm gonna get a little thrill.
I'll do the
on her.
blind guy guide again. So if what Lungelo just said is, if you see a lady and then he affectionately tapped the butt of the air ghost standing next to us to indicate you're going to touch her inappropriately, I hoped she was facing my way and away from you.
Oh,
Because otherwise that would have been even more rude.
That's a Donald Trump thing.
Yes. So you say basically just think before you do stupid
Just
shit.
think, man. Like, just think for a second. A second, literally a second. Your brain can process information so fast.
And I think
Think for a second, maybe two.
intent also matters.
Intent
Like,
matters a lot.
I mean, I had a drunk mate years ago. We were leaving Drop Zone in Hatfield Square, dude. Now, the guy weighed over 140 kilos. I was about 25 kilos lighter than I am now, so I did not weigh 140. I ended up picking up my buddy and dragging him down the stairs at Drop Zone because the bouncer was about to blix him in. Why? Because again, I have to say, my friend, the most good-natured, friendly fucker, he is the guy that will beat up anyone that touches a woman inappropriately, gentleman. But that night, when it was 3:30 in the morning, off his tits, there was a girl in the venue, beautiful woman, wearing essentially a belt for a bikini top and a belt for a skirt. And he just turned around and said, "Wow, you're easy." And he went, but like in a joking manner. And oh my sack, obviously wrong, obviously inappropriate. But to now take that incident and say, "Oh, I'm going to cancel him."
No, you don't. You don't cancel him.
Slap him or something.
Just like as I was saying, reprimand that behavior, and then he's like, next, probably he was very drunk, and then be like, next time we're like, okay, when I drink, I need to watch myself.
Yeah.
You understand?
He needs to have that lesson. Counsel rather than cancel.
Exactly.
That's a new thing. That goes on a t-shirt.
That is counsel, not cancel.
Yeah.
And that's another can of worms that I did, because prison systems and all of that. It's a lot. So counsel, not cancel, because now if you cancel, I know I said that isolation, what. If you cancel, these people are not being rehabilitated.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a change.
They're just being grouped with another group of guys.
Exactly.
And someone that whistled at a woman is now being put in the same box as someone that gang raped someone.
Exactly. And then there's no rehabilitation.
It opens their path to going to the worst side.
Yeah.
So I think counsel your friends, and that is the lesson that we take from this.
Yes, counsel your friends. If your friend is doing something weird, just be like, nah, not like this. Not like this.
Lungelo, I think we reached depths of a discussion that begs for more.
Yeah.
I think we learned a lot more about where you came from in life and what your story is, but there's so much more that I would like, the world to know of you. So at this point, we are going to have to sadly come to a slight close of the podcast. Yeah. But before we do that,
we'll do a 7-part series.
We can do a 17-part series, bro. Your heart, your passion, your music, it is infectious. I hope that more people can experience that and, go and listen to what you say in your songs about this topic that we just spoke of, but also just go and have a freakishly good jol with you at the next bar that you're performing at.
Please.
What's coming up for Lungelo Moyo in the next few months? Anything major?
We're trying to release something since you've been asking.
Good point.
Around March, hopefully around March. So and before the release, again, going to release 3 songs. Sorry, but there will be like many. So before the release, the plan is to have a listening session, basically. So maybe it might be by invite only. I'm sorry, but a listening session. Be like, okay, these are the songs. What do you like? What don't you like about this song?
I shotgun a seat.
Well then.
And then hopefully soon after that we get the end result.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you so very much for coming in. Really appreciate
Thank you
it.
for having me.
It is good to have you back in Aandklas. It's good to be back in Aandklas. Shout out to Aandklas.
Shout out Aandklas.
And we'll chat more. Dude, you're a legend.
Oh man, thank you so
fucking
much.
love you, man.
Thank
You're a good
you
guy.
So much. Thank you. Oh man, this has been fun.
Thank you for listening to this Baascast, and thank you so much Audio Torch for sponsoring the camera gear.